Hello everybody, well that's a wrap. It's Scrutiny Week 2022 done for another year. I just want to start by saying a huge thank you to every single one of you that have taken part in the week in whichever way that has been, whether you've been at one of our online events, one of our surgeries with TPAS staff, you came to our conference on Wednesday, or you've shared your stories, your thoughts over social media as the week has gone on. I've been blown away, to be honest, by the amount of good practice, successful stories of scrutiny that you have shared on Twitter in particular. If you've not had a chance to have a look at those yet, please go and do so on the hashtag Scrutiny Week. There's loads of really good stuff on there, and I thank all the organisations for taking the time to share that. I think as we just reflect back on the week, there's three probably key things, three takeaways that come to mind for me. Loads of discussion, but three things probably mostly stick in my mind. Recruitment. Big discussion, to be fair, on Wednesday at our in-person event. Are we doing enough to attract the right people into scrutiny? And not just about the numbers of people, although that's always an issue, but people that are really coming with different and diverse experiences, lived experiences, questions, styles, all of those things are really important to make sure scrutiny is robust. I think one of the tenants on the panel on the end of the day on Wednesday made a really good point about how we talk about people are rewarded for being in scrutiny. So it's not just about money. Most panels don't pay people, some do, most don't. But we need to talk more about what people will get out of it by being on a scrutiny panel in terms of the skills, in terms of the training that they might get, the opportunities they may get from being involved. Let's make more of that. I think, again, a really practical example, practical idea came forward was, are we using things like when people are waiting on calls at the call centre, are we using that time effectively to talk about the scrutiny panel, try and recruit people, think about where tenants in particular are going to be contacting the organisation, and can we use that time to try and get the message out about how great scrutiny is. But remember too that it's not just about the people that are in the room, the scrutiny numbers that are in the room, it's about all the experiences of tenants that need to come into that scrutiny debate. You need to use all your data, all your insight that you've got to make sure you're taking the full breadth of experience of tenants from your organisation. I think the second takeaway for me was around how we can do more to make the case for scrutiny in organisations. So how are we making sure we're getting that right influence at the right levels of the organisation? How can we really affect change right up to the boardroom with our recommendations? And actually, sometimes it's not even about the boardroom. We can make that case there, but how are we making the change at the operational and service level that we need to do with those recommendations? How can we get those practical things that come out of a scrutiny review taken as seriously and viewed as important as the strategic stuff that goes on in an organisation? And I thought a great idea that came out from one of the sessions was making sure we try and plan our scrutiny reviews linked very much more to the business planning cycle of an organisation, the strategic reviews, the policy reviews, the auditing that goes on in an organisation. If we can try and link to those things, we stand more chance of getting our voices heard. And the third thing for me was around demonstrating outcomes. We say this all the time in engagement, don't we? We've got to keep showing where scrutiny has made a tangible difference, real outcomes, real impact, and evidence that easily, both to people working in the organisation, but to other tenants as well. We've got to make sure we've got that clear, crisp evidence to show it's made a difference. We've got to communicate that so much better, because that links right back, doesn't it, to recruitment and how we're going to get more people involved. All these things are linked. So many more ideas. We're going to write these all up. We're going to get things out to you, and so many more ideas from people about things you'd like to see TPAS doing more of around scrutiny. We've got those ideas noted and we'll take them forward. So finally for me, I just heard the word bold quite a few times over this week, mainly from Caritas when he did his presentation on Wednesday around Star Trek and about scrutiny going boldly where it's never gone before, and how the StarTech crew are very much like the crew in scrutiny. But I also saw a quote from one of the staff sessions that were happening as well this week, and I love this. Scrutiny members need to be boldly nosy. Boldly nosy. And I think that's perfect. Be brave, be inquisitive, be nosy, keep asking those questions, and we can make real differences for everybody. So once again, thank you to all of you for taking part. Thank you to all the TPAS staff that have put this together. Thank you to everybody that was at the conference on Wednesday, all the facilitators that gave their time. I really do appreciate it. So until next year for Scrutiny Week, thanks very much.